All right, so you guys know I love the alien stories, I love conspiracy stories, I love sci-fi movies, and the Riot guys brought me Jeremy Corbell from extraordinarybeliefs.com, and they said, this is the guy that you have to talk to about all this stuff, because I'm babbling on about this stuff constantly, and they said, he's gonna come in and clean up some of the stuff. So let's start by talking about aliens. As I said, it's one of my favorite topics.
Jump right in.
Let's jump right into aliens. We're not gonna mess around.
Okay.
We're going right into aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, so we see footage of things all the time. We see footage of UFOs and something in the distance and a guy walking in a forest and all these things. What for you would count as real evidence? Could someone hand you something that was videotaped or shot digitally or something, and would that be enough? Is there anything that would be enough to qualify as real evidence?
It's the first question that I asked a number of people when I started this journey is, can you put something in my hand? I very quickly decided to turn the cameras kind of, away from the sky and towards the individuals who have experienced things, because you learn a lot more. So the evidence for me is best described, or the most compelling evidence is the testimony from individuals who are involved at various levels, from governmental levels to personal experience levels, who have nothing to gain and everything to lose by telling me an extraordinary story. That is some of the best evidence, rather than if I personally have an experience and I see something earth-shattering, which I haven't.
Because if you see it, they're going to be like, the guy with the website.
Right, but that's cool. I wish I did see some of these things that these people are seeing, and I haven't. I've seen some extraordinary things that I can't, they don't compute, I don't know how to, they go in a gray basket, but I don't definitively know, as you said the word aliens, that these are aliens. What is alien? Alien is anything we don't understand yet. This may be a natural phenomenon, and what we're experiencing are kind of repercussions of that. We don't exactly know.
Right, so that's sort of like when they say an unidentified flying object.
It is unidentified.
That doesn't mean it's from another world, it just means it's unidentified.
So the military calls them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, and that's to separate even more from the reality that there are disks, there are hard physical craft that are traveling in our airspace with impunity. Right. And this is something that's been going on since the beginning of recorded human history, but the military got really interested in this, obviously, in the early 40s. So that is true, and that is a fact. We have radar reports, air radar, air visual, ground visual. We have trained observers, people who have interacted with these disks. I even interviewed a number of people who were involved in back engineering programs. But the point is that the top of it? Is that what this is all about?
Right.
Is it about disks in the sky? I think it's about a lot more than that.
So, all right, so back to the original question then. So you're saying that the biggest evidence for you would be someone that really told you that they experienced it and they have a lot to lose and nothing to gain. But as someone that believes in science, that's sort of a hard way to quantify this, right?
Well, right. I mean, the best evidence would be to experience something personally, but I do not have the ability to bring this into my backyard.
Right. So can you give me an example of like someone that you talked to that told you of an experience that was so profound that you thought, all right.
Yeah, well, absolutely. So remember, there's people of high credibility, but did they have the access? And so that's the difference. Someone in a position who would be able to know these things. That's very different.
Right.
So my friends and I held in 2013, the citizen hearing on disclosure. And this was where we had a panel of 40 witnesses, including the Defense Minister of Canada, astronauts,
I've seen that video.
Okay, so that was my friend Rubin Langdon's and my company. That was our event. Mm-hmm. And we had people testify over a week at the National Press Club about their involvement in the cover-up or their direct experiences with these unknown objects of unknown origin. So for me, that was very compelling to sit for a week and to listen to the testimony of, again, intelligence officials, military, astronauts, pilots, second in command of the FAA, John Callahan. Hearing these people talk about their experiences is compelling. The weight becomes heavy.
Yeah.
There is a phenomenon. We seem to be in a place where we are being visited by other intelligences. Now, where they're from, another planet, another dimension, I have no idea. I just know that...
Oh man, you got to give me one. Planet or dimension, give me something.
I would be really sad if it was they were coming from other solar systems, because that would be a much smaller understanding than I think is really the truth. I truly believe that the phenomenon is bigger than that. I don't think these are just craft or scouts or probes with occupants or not coming from other solar systems. It doesn't make sense. There's a much bigger picture when you really look into it.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to do a bunch more with Jeremy, but I think this was a good jumping off point. So what do you think? Are you a believer? What would it take to get you to believe? Do you have to see it with your own eyes, or would someone else's evidence work for you? Let us know in the comments right down below.